welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Girl Thursdays. Today I am talking with Brahanyaa, and we are going to be talking about her experiences in the tech world and hearing from her. And I'm super excited to talk with her today. So yeah, thank you so much, Brahanyaa, for joining me on this Zoom call. Can you give a short intro about yourself, your background, interests, and hobbies?
I'm Brahanyaa Somasundaram. I'm doing my final year master's in computer science at Arizona State University. So I'll be graduating in May 2021. And I interned as a data engineer on semiconductor prior. And my interests include machine learning, data science, software engineering, product management. And I do love attending cool hackathons, building products from scratch, contributing to open source. And my other hobbies include dancing, singing, and painting. And yeah.
The beginning of your journey. How did you first get into tech?
So I first got into tech. I did my undergrad and bachelor's in computer science, and that was back in 2015. So 2015 July, I could say, that was a period when I joined college and I came to know about Python, and I figured what was Python. I'm like, I had no prior experience in coding until I joined college. So I was totally new when I joined college with programming, computer science and stuff. I knew basic stuff on downloading movies and stuff. That's all till my 10th grade. And then 12th I was super busy preparing for other exams and stuff, and I had no time to code or anything. And when I first introduced coding, it was like, what? Why are we doing this? What is variable? Why do I do an addition with variables? Why do I do this? What is control? What is this? I had no idea. At that point of time, I literally hated coding, I could say. But then I did like the way computers function, the other products function. So I also knew that there is the need for coding. So what I did was, in my winter break, I learned C and C++ coding, and I took the other C++ courses in the next forthcoming semester, and I got a grip of what coding is. And then I took all the data structures, database management, operating systems. I understood the fundamentals and the crux of computer science. And I also built minor projects in it. And I also contributed to web development and was also part of major tech events happen at college. I organized various technical events. I participated in various technical events. And I also had good peers who were mentoring me and who also suggested me to do this. Teachers, professors, friends, seniors. And then I went back to Python, and that's how in my third year, I took a course on machine learning. And that's how the journey started for me, being a machine learning enthusiast. Apart from it, I have met many inspiring women in tech, role models whom I aspire to be after a couple of years. And the journey in tech has been really amazing for me. It's a never-ending process, I could say. The thing is, the continuous learning is what something excites me. And now I could see that there are plenty of courses being offered in online, Stanford, the MOC courses, the Coursera and stuff. Prior back when 2015, 2016, though they existed, I wasn't that well known of Coursera online courses and all. Now there's plenty of opportunity available online. You can study everything online. And I really suggest people to utilize the open sources available. And I'll say everybody to give a shot in tech, as it is really exciting. And I really feel the present world is revolving around tech. So that's something you should not repent afterwards like, oh my God, I haven't tried this. So get your hands dirty and try everything as much as possible.
I totally agree. And there's so many resources online too. And
yeah, exactly.
Coming out with more and more.
Plenty of resources available online. When you look back, our parents' generation stuff, they didn't have much online courses or resources available. So our generation has everything, so we have to utilize it very well.
You said, so in the very beginning of your journey, you said that you almost like hated coding. You had no idea what it was. So
yeah, I really hated coding. I used to really literally cry. Oh my God, why am I'm gonna get an F in coding? And I used to literally cry. And I'm like, CS is not for me. CS is not for me. I really told all my roommates, my mom, my dad, everybody. I also thought of changing my major from computer science to some other. So at first I wanted to do electronics and communication engineering, but then as I was more enthusiastic towards electronics and physics, but then computer science came up to me and I struggled. I somehow made it, I feel.
What do you think like was the turning point? What was the thing that made you like switch and think like, oh, I actually do like this?
So I told you I did see programming course in my winter vacation. So I actually went to an institute in Hyderabad, and that professor, he told me how to do the factorial of a program. So the basic programming, if you look at it, Fibonacci series, the factorial, it all involved math, and I really loved math, and I got fascinated to solve math problems using computer science. So I used to take out prime numbers, all math problems, differentiate, and even doing Python as how to differentiate, how to integrate. I used to do all these math problems first, and that's how it got fascinated towards me, and that's how I got into computer science.
Yeah, it's nice seeing kind of like that growth too, just like with your journey from, not liking
True,
it, but like questioning it, all the way to now where you're like completely involved. You've learned several different languages, you've been an intern, and studying
and
in school, obviously.
yeah, when I look back, I really wonder how I did it, but I somehow did it.
So you mentioned that you were working as a data engineering intern. So how has that experience been, and what have you
So
been
the
doing?
experience has been really good. The data engineering internship. So you'll once you get into the industry, you'll understand that the academic knowledge, what you have learned, is just a base. There's so much more to learn on the practical skills and the stuff. So I working as a data engineer, I got a hands-on experience on working on Azure, Snowflake, Oracle Data Integrator, SQL, Python, shell scripting. I got to learn various skills, and I also implemented data pipelines using SQL and Snowflake and Oracle Data Integrator. And then I work data engineering stuff is like you should know way to put the data so that the data works exactly. So you should also think the various how should I manipulate the data. There's so much thing on how to load the data. Is it a full load or an incremental load? If so, how should I manipulate the data accordingly? And there are tons of data. How to deal? That's how the big data comes in picture. So how do I deal with tons of data? Should I go for a big data via Hadoop, Spark, or and you learn various data warehousing skills also. So once you put in the data, you can then decide on how to build model on the data. But before having the data, you cannot think of how to build a model, right? So there are various technical skills and tech stack involved in around the data engineering pipeline, and it was splendid experience overall.
With data engineering, what would you say? Like, what was your favorite part about it, and then also what was the hardest part?
So I'll start first with the favorite part. So my favorite part was I implemented various, like I could say I built data pipelines. I also built profiling tools using Python, automated some stuff. I really liked automation using shell scripting in Python. I automated data profiling tool. So I really loved working on it. I got to experience Azure. I did Microsoft AZ900 certification, got myself certified. I got to experience different SQL like Oracle, Snowflake, Azure, everything. So that was my favorite part. And learning new skills was also one of my favorite part. But it did have some of these limitations, I could say. So Oracle Data Integrator was the first time I was like, what is this? what is data pipeline. I didn't know how to use it, how to build it, what is reverse engineering, how should I deal with the reverse engineering, and how do I build incremental load pipelines, how to transfer data from one source to another. So that you need to look out where each source data is being stored. So it's like source to hub, hub to marts, and marts to so on. So the finding task was difficult for me. And how should I tweak the data? How should I manipulate the data accordingly? And it's like the entire, so when somebody explains to you, when you come to know, it's a huge process. Like it should run perfectly, you should test it accordingly, and then put into production, then send specific emails to your peer, subordinates. So I could say these were the limitations I had. Like I did spend 2 days working straight on fixing my errors. The errors used to come in Java, so I was like, I didn't have my. I mean, it's been an year or two. Like I worked entirely with Java, so I was like, what is this errors coming? How should I debug? And how I really broke my head on debugging the errors and stuff. So I mean, these were some of the toughest part, but I could able to accomplish with right guidance, so it was fine in the end.
I like what you said about your favorite part, just learning all the new skills, because there's so many different
Yeah, that was learning new skills and getting my hands dirty and trying everything. Like, so I really thank my organization, my manager, for letting me to try experience everything of data engineering. So they gave me I implemented a small module from scratch. So through that, I learned everything. Like I learned properly and how to do the SQL. You randomly know how to deal with SQLs, like writing a where clause or writing a normal SQL query or something. But then when you're dealing with the data and you want it to be ranked accordingly, put that ranked order into some other data source and do the reverse engineering so that your code reflects over there too. It was all interesting for me, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like a really great experience, and it sounds like you learned a lot too, which is really nice.
Yeah, also my internship got extended to the fall semester too. So I started in the month of June and completed in the month of December first
okay.
week.
Yeah.
So it was a huge learning experience overall.
Yeah, and that's the nice part about internships too, I think. Just being able for like a short period of time to work on projects, have an impact, get mentorship, and complete a project from end to end while also like exploring the company. Which is really nice.
So the right mentorship, getting the practical experience, getting to know the team culture, getting to know about the organization. There are too many things involved in doing an internship, right? It's not just about doing a course online. It's like, okay, I have done the homework, I have done the assessment, I have done the quizzes. Yes, I'm done. It's not like that. So it's something everybody should experience so that it boosts your confidence, and you'll get a good way ahead in your career path. The mentorship thing, I also asked my manager for guiding me what courses shall I take in my fall and my forthcoming semester, so that, hey, I'm interested in machine learning and data science, and I would like to take this so and so courses, but this is also tough, so what do you suggest me to do? And give me some tips on how to improve. And the job hunt, I also did similar job, simultaneously job hunt, and he also gave me some tips and guidelines, and it was really helpful.
You've mentioned this a few times, but you are a machine learning enthusiast. So what's something that excites you about machine learning?
Machine learning is vast, so I cannot say one point that oh, this is what machine learning does. Oh, this is what machine learning is supposed to do. So take anything. So we had this thing for machine learning, and I took a course on machine learning in my undergrad, and I came to know about how things work, how a machine learning model works, and I built a cancer classification model that predicts benign and malignant cancer data types, and how to say a person is suffering from cancer and how much severe cancer has been affected on him or her. And through image recognition to various algorithms, I came up to the predictive model. So one thing that machine learning excited me was the various applications of machine learning. You could see machine learning in medical healthcare, you could see machine learning in stock market prediction, or you could see machine learning in your IoT products, you could see machine learning in weather prediction everywhere. So the applications of machine learning, I was like, oh, how does it do? And not everything seems to be like proper, like the hardware model, like the stock market, all the algorithms involved, the stuff on the software side of machine learning. It was like it all involved math again. So that's where I was like, oh, this is really amazing. Oh, time series prediction, you're saying, oh, this is so differential calculus. You can do it within specific libraries. Oh, that's really cool. Why can't I try? Why can't I do this again? And that's how I stepped my first foot towards machine learning. And I built various successive products forthcoming. I got to know about the data sources. I also looked into the people who worked on this data set. And I also thought, what can I improvise? Taking the same ideas, what can I improvise and how to build. And then telling my parents about the machine learning, that stuff I do, and they're not from CS background. So explaining what's going on behind Amazon Alexa, the weather prediction, the IoT products, it was all cool for me and it was new experience for me. And that's how I came into machine learning, and the drive is still on.
Yeah, I love that. Machine learning is such an interesting field, and like you said, it's everywhere, like in every single one of the products.
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
Yeah, like it's like with like product recommendations and stuff on, different websites, and like what to watch next on YouTube or Netflix or video streaming. Like it's literally
Netflix.
Yeah, it's just
So, when I came to know the movie recommendation system using the recurrent neural networks, it was like, oh, is it true? Okay, I'm not sure. And I was like, nice, neural networks playing the game in Netflix also. Neural networks playing game in Amazon Prime, YouTube. Getting the same, getting the data, getting to know your user preferences, and then providing similar matching results. It's all interesting, and I think I think machine learning is being the top-notch, exciting field for many software engineers nowadays.
Maybe going by one. So like computer science, data engineering, and machine learning. What would you say are the most important skills for each of those?
Generally, I would say understand the concepts perfectly, thoroughly. Do not jump to conclusions, as I have made that mistake. Get your fundamentals right. Understand each and every modules that you do, the courses that you take in CS, machine learning, or let it be anything. Even if you do arts, do it perfect. So give you 100% and rectify your mistakes as you go on. Like when you do undergrad course, you do computer architecture I did my computer architecture in my second year of undergrad. And when you're in fourth year, it's huge time, you might forget, but do not forget. Go back again to your data structures, go back again to database management, go back again to your operating system, and just have a glance at it. And think the way you think at the fourth year of your undergrad to the way you think at the second year of undergrad, it differs. You'll have broader perspective, you'll have a deeper understanding of it. So go back, keep on your fundamentals, revise your fundamentals thoroughly whenever you get time. I'm not telling do it every day, but do it once in a while so that you don't forget stuff. So that might be a stepping stone to understand a broader or more concepts going forward. And do small pieces of practical, get your hands dirty in the practical knowledge. Do not just have theoretical knowledge. Implement whatever you learn or study practically, like building a small like audio driver and operating system or something like that for or building a automata or building a network layer on your own or something like that. Do some minor projects so that also boosts your resume, as well as your concepts also will be right. And this is how the fundamentally I will say anyone who is getting into CS, machine learning or data engineering, any stuff, get your fundamentals right and keep on learning. Do not stop learning. This as tech evolves, many new technologies come in. So keep building as you grow and learn.
You're studying computer science, which is technical major. You've been part of like technical internships and done technical work. So what has your experience been like as a woman in tech?
Women in tech, yeah. So I'm glad I'm a part of Women in Tech, first and foremost. It has been really good experience, though I wouldn't say it's too good. I did have my major setbacks, or I have been told like coding is not for women. So I have been told by some of the people is like boys code well than girls. Coding is not meant for girls, and though you work hard and strive a lot, you cannot be in par with guys. So these words have really made me anger, got into my nerves, and I really wanted to excel in the tech field. So that's one of like a boost. I couldn't say it's a booster, but it's one of the drive that I got to excel in the tech and empower more women in tech, support more women in tech, get get more women and make tech a major field for women, rather than there's this thing that tech is for guys, and arts and other stuff is for girls. I want to break that norm, and so that's the reason I attend, I take every chance, like let it be hackathons, let it be mentorship series, let it be a coding boot camp, anything, teaching a girl student or teaching machine learning for school kids, let it be anyway. I'm up for anything. I'll adjust my schedules according to that. So that's one of the thing. But I attended various Grace Hopper series, the Women in Tech series, the Society for Women in the V20 conference, various such conferences and organization series and so on. And I met many great women in tech and inspiring, and I do talk to them, set up coffee chats aside for 15 minutes. And I'm like, hey, this is how I'm stuck and this is what I'm being faced. Can you tell me how to go about it? And they have been really helpful. And I think the everything, nowadays it's changing every year. And there are plenty of resources for women in tech also, like let it be the mentorship series, or let it be resources available for career, resources available for specific product management or specific field to learn, to level up, and even for women, returnship program, apprenticeship program, scholarships, importantly scholarships, many things. Though even I think there are many other things even I am not aware of entirely. So this is the era of to see more women in tech, and I believe there will be more women in tech.
I mean, all of those notions about like tech is only a boys' field and stuff, I think using that to motivate yourself is a really good, like that's a really good action that you're taking from it, to kind of like motivate yourself to do better, but also to encourage other girls. And I hope everyone can kind of learn from that and get inspired by that, what you're doing. And yeah, I think the work that you're doing is really good, actually. You like mentioned a bunch of different women in tech organizations, and it's really cool seeing all of these women in tech organizations coming up, and there's a lot more of them now, a lot more support in communities.
Yeah, yes. Really nice, so that's one of the good things that I'm fortunate about, I could say. Had it been 10 years or 20 years before, I'm not sure if there could be these many organizations empowering women, supporting women, providing scholarships for women, and so on. But at this generation, currently there are many things that, and I feel we should take an opportunity. We should not miss out. And I have been, so I came to know about Grace Hopper celebration only in my fourth year of undergrad. Had I known prior in my first year of undergrad itself, I could have applied for scholarships, attended the conference in India, Bangalore. But I really missed the chance, and I have repeated many, many times that I've missed attending Grace Hopper.
You are a part of a lot of women in tech organizations. So how have those experiences been, and what would you say is like your favorite part about it, and maybe something that could be done better?
I could say like something could be done better. It's like anything can be done better. So, but women in tech organizations are always leveling up and doing they're giving their full 100%. So, I don't blame anything. Like they could have done something better. They're giving their best, and I always support that. And my favorite part is the everything that they do. Like I couldn't say one favorite part. Everything, like let it be lunch and learn, so I'm part of women in computer science at ASU, Grace Hopper, I'm Society of Women Engineers, everything like the mentorship sessions, the industry panel sessions, the boot camps, the coding sessions, the whatnot, like even the fun events that we do at times to get a stress free, and everything has been really fun part to me, getting to know more women, building a larger part of women, networking, and you know and supporting the school students and empowering the college students and providing scholarships, conducting online coding games and so on, and whatnot. Everything is really amazing.
I love hearing
Yeah.
about all the different initiatives and organizations.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes when I get bored, I just pull up a women in tech organization and I'm like, what are they providing? What are they doing? And it's really exciting for me. I'm like, oh, what scholarships are they providing? Are there any scholarships that I can apply for? How can I contribute to? And this is this has become one of my hobbies nowadays.
Yeah, no, women in tech organizations are great. I love them. And even just like communities in general, I think finding a community of tech people and what like just people who enjoy the same thing as you is really nice. Just being able to connect with them, learn from them, share resources, get mentorship, um, which yeah, everything that you've said, I think it's like a very common thing, like these like communities and mentorship is
Yeah.
really really important and useful and great to see. Kind of on a similar note of communities, so you've also been part of different hackathons and you've taken part in different hackathons, which are a huge place for communities and learning. How
True.
Yeah, so how have hackathons and like similar tech events, how have those experiences been for you?
Fun. I could say it's fun. So hackathons, yeah, it's 48-hour hackathon, 36-hour hackathon. Someone goes live. You'll have bunch of people, bunch of ideas, and you'll have all free t-shirts, food, stuff, industry panels, and I learned teamwork. I learned volunteering. I learned how to coordinate your idea, present your idea, implement your idea, and ask the industry mentors or panels while implementing. This is how I'm doing. Is it right? And they'll give you some suggestions. They'll not be like, oh, this is wrong. Oh, you're stupid. This is your dumb. You should not do this. They'll guide you exactly like, oh, right, what you're doing is good. I also have another idea of how you can go through without wasting much time in it. The no, the way they explain the problems, the way you get to work on the problems during hackathon, and something like that drives you. Oh, 36 hours. I should do it. I should do it. I should do it. That motivates you to do and give your best. Sometimes when you're doing it in leisure time, you'll be like, oh, I have time. I have ample of time. I'll do it later. You'll not have that thing during hackathons. During volunteering, I looked into people, how people bring the projects into work, and I came to know how the entire, sometimes I have also seen people who doesn't have team at all, how they get matched to some random people, how they collaborate with random people, and if they also won a prize. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. How do you manage? I also understood people management. I also understood teamwork, collaboration, technical skills, product management, and everything while attending hackathons. It was a great learning experience. Other tech events, I do, I understand how the organization works, how the product is being implemented from scratch, and the tech stack they're using, how industry people collaborate, the various networking sessions that an organization has, or various networking events a tech organization provides, opportunities, the leveling up your career, everything. So everything has been a wonderful learning experience for me overall.
Yeah, no, those all sound like really, really great learning experiences. And what you said, like, it's not just like learning more about like computer science or like projects and stuff. You also learn more about like people management, project management, organization, time management, all of these more soft skills, which are still very
True.
critical. So yeah, I feel like hackathons are always fun and really great
Yeah, it is
experiences.
fun.
Is there like a project or an app or something that you built at a hackathon that you
I built a
really
gesture recognition app during the hackathon.
Oh, so what did you use for that?
So we built it using the Android application. So the gesture, and then we did basic prediction using, we capture the videos, gestures by persons, and then we did basic image processing and sign recognition. And we built inbuilt in the form of an application using Android app. So that was the idea that we got to implement in 24 hours, and given the criteria. And I also attended another Action ML hackathon where you need to build a model for basketball scene recognition. It was by Fox. It was Action ML. It was connected by Fox company, and that was also a good experience. And yeah, Sun Hacks, Opportunity Hacks, Action ML hackathon. It was all good experience until COVID hit. After COVID, it's all online hackathons now. So
Looking more into the future long term, what goals do you have for the rest of your career and life in general?
So I'll be joining as a SD1 or fresher in the industry next year in 2021, month of June, July. Forward, the next 5 years, I would like to see myself as a senior software engineer. And then forward, getting to know all the technical knowledge and the skills acquired. I would like to delve into product management, look myself as a product manager, and then support more women in tech, attend Grace Hopper every year, attend all the conferences, tech events, and I would also like to share my experiences and the knowledge that I have learned to many women here, the sources, the available, whatever I am doing, I would like to make it a support and share my experience so on. In my life, yeah, apart from just being a workaholic person, I would like to go to all the places around the world, explore, learn, and thrive.
So looking back at, your whole journey that you've been through, what's the biggest like learning that you've had?
I understood the importance of teamwork and leadership skills. The biggest learning that I got. It's all you learn, you give exams, you study and everything, but then you don't recognize the need for proper team. You don't recognize how leadership skills play an important role. So I think I didn't recognize that until I entered college. But forward, undergrad, and I'm going to complete masters too. I understood the importance of teamwork and leadership skills. And but not last but not the least, I also understood the need for high determinants.
Those are all like really key, important skills, especially determinants. I feel like, especially with computer science, like nothing
do
is
not
going
give
to
up.
work. Yeah, you can't give up. Nothing is going to work on the first time. Like if it works on the first time, like that's
It's
suspicious.
not serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's you just gotta keep going and keep iterating and debugging and solving, and that requires determination and perseverance. What advice would you give to people who are interested in technology and maybe they're just starting out in it?
I'll be like, you are having a great future. Give it a shot and you'll really enjoy it. Do not step back.
Well, thank you so much, Brahanyaa, for this amazing chat. I am feeling so inspired right now, and it was really, really great hearing about all the different experiences that you've had. So thank you so much for taking time out and being on this Zoom call with me.
It's my pleasure.
Everyone, make sure to check out Brahanyaa's LinkedIn, Facebook, and Medium. I'll link them in the description below so you can connect with her. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.